Well, what's up again there, guys? Brian here, the 3 Topics Gamer, here to share with you another one of my 3TG Collectors videos. For this particular video, one of my viewers going by the name of Phantom Cities, who I'd like to thank, who's not only had a great idea, but has been a long-time viewer of mine, actually sent me the idea during my last week's live stream Q&A that I should do a video just pretty much showing off my entire collection of Steelbook cases, which is an idea I actually had never considered before. Now, actually going through my entire collection, I found out that I actually had a lot more Steelbook cases than I originally thought, going well over 30 in total. So I just thought that I would just pull them all out, just show them to you one by one, just give you quick thoughts on each game or how I got that particular steel box. So if you do happen to enjoy this video by the end, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Keep tracking me on all my future videos. And remember, if you guys have any ideas for future request videos or discussion videos or top lists or worst to best ranking, tier lists, anything, let me know in the comments down below, and I will try to get that up as soon as I can, as well as to give you a shout out right at the beginning. So I'm just going to run through my entire collection, which is right here, and just share a quick thought on either the game or just how I got them. So, first steel case I have is going to be Final Fantasy 16. This is one of the more recent ones I got. Now, I got this steel case when I pre-ordered this game from Best Buy, because a lot of these steel books, you typically will get them if you pre-order them from a specific location. So, like if you pre-order them from, say, like GameStop, or if you pre-order them at Best Buy or at Walmart, they'll actually give you like a certain steel case. So that's how I got this particular one. There was a second one that I thought I was going to get, but apparently it doesn't work that way, or something like that. Or, you know, now that I think about it, this one may have just come with the deluxe edition that I got. I do recall there was like another one that they were going to give you, but they didn't, because I was already getting a steelbook, so I thought I was going to get 2 steelbooks. So yeah, I think this one is just from the deluxe edition for 586. So there's that. Next is the most recent steelbooks that I got, and this is for Mortal Kombat 1. Now, this one I got when I pre-ordered at GameStop. I'm currently having a blast playing with Mortal Kombat 1. It is kind of my transitional game that I like to play between different, like, big releases of other games. And with the most recent update, they released Omni-Man and Tremor, and I'm actually having a good amount of time playing as Omni-Man. So maybe if people want to see, I'll upload some videos about me playing as Omni-Man online. Next, we have God of War. I believe this is... Which one is this? This is God of War 4. This one came with the Collector's Edition. A lot of these come with the Collector's Edition, so yeah. Next, we have Persona 5 Royal. Favorite PlayStation 4 game of all time, in one of my legendary 10 out of 10 entries. I really like this steelbook. I love it when it actually has like a cool little artwork on the back. I absolutely love when steelbooks do that instead of being just kind of basic like a lot of others. And this one, for crazy reasons, actually has a really cool card inside that I've kept. It might be a little hard to see, but yeah. A lot of these steelbooks come with cool little trinkets. Next, we have Mortal Kombat 10. This also came with the Collector's Edition. Unfortunately, I no longer have my Scorpion figure. I'm upset why. It's a sad story. Now, the cool thing about this one is that just like this one also has a cool little artwork on the back, which is also cool. And this one actually comes with a steel card that actually lets me know exactly which Collector's Edition this was out of 70,000. So they made 70,000 collector's editions for Mortal Kombat 10, and I am number 67,549. So that's a pretty high number. I wonder if someone out there will confirm whether or not they have like the #1 collector's edition for Mortal Kombat 10. This one's a little bit weird. Because some people might be questioning why I even got this, but the next one is actually Halo 5. Yeah, I guess I pre-ordered this during the 6-month period that I owned an Xbox One. This one is by far, like, in terms of thickness, the biggest one I have. And this one actually still has all the... So that's where it disappeared to! You won't believe this! I found my copy of Dead Space. I did not know it was in there. I've been looking for this game for months. I actually went out to a retro store and bought another copy of Dead Space. So, oh my god, so this is where I put it. I swear to you, I did not plan this. Oh my god. crazy me. And like all the stuff's in here for when I would for Halo 5 Guardians when it came out. Like little Guardian figure that you could construct. I still haven't done that. All the game content is also in here with the thing scratched off, and the only thing I don't think is in here is the game. I don't have the game. I'm pretty sure I turned in the game, but I kept the Steelbox. So yeah, I still have the Steelbox for Halo 5 Guardians, but I don't have the game. But I do have some of the extras. That is, no, I should take. Well, yeah, you know what? I just got to remember that it's in here. I'll take it out after the video. So that's right. That's right. That doesn't make sense. Next, we have Resident Evil 5. I got this with the Collector's Edition when it came out on PlayStation 3. I still have a lot of fun with this. Interesting background. Interesting with 2 discs, which include the game and the bonus content. So that's pretty awesome. Next, we have the Dead Space remake. Came with the Collector's Edition with the giant helmet that I did a video on. Pretty cool. But this one's pretty basic. This has a planet of Aegis 7 and Isaac on the back. So, pretty basic. Next, we have God of War Ragnarok. Also came with the Collector's Edition. It's pretty simple. Just like... Yeah. Next, we have Ghostwire. Fun game. Could have been better. But I do recall I did get this for pre-ordering it from Best Buy. So that's how I got this one. Next, Horizon Forbidden West. Another one with great artwork. Seems like the PlayStation ones always have great artwork on the back. This one, I actually keep both my copies of Zero Dawn and Forbidden West in this one because I actually did not get the steel case for Zero Dawn, so I decided to put them in the same case to keep them together. So there's that one. Next, a game that a lot of people don't remember, but this is the steel case for Final Fantasy Dissidia NT. Now, the funny thing about this particular case is that they came up with multiple different variations of this case. I think this is there's 3 different types, and mine is just the one that happens to have Sephiroth, the Hero of Light, and Squall on the front, and I believe that as Exdef, Van, and that character from Final Fantasy 11 on the back. I don't know who that is. I may be right. I wish I had the one with Cloud, but it was at random, so I didn't have a choice in terms of the case that I would get for that. So Final Fantasy Dissidia and DC. Next, we have the original Persona 5. I do like the artwork for Persona 5 Royal more, but this one's also pretty cool. I got this one also for the Collector's Edition for Persona 5. I fell in love with Persona 5. It's just an amazing game. Next, we have South Park, the Fractured But Whole. Also get this one for this current edition. This is the Steelbook Gold Edition. They came with a bunch of extras inside, and for some reason, this one is really stiff trying to get out of the box. But this one has the Coon on the front, and it also has Mysterion on the back. Pretty cool. Had a lot of fun with this game. I definitely like this one a little bit more than the first South Park game. Next, we have Shadow of the Colossus, the kind of semi-remake. And, you know, the funny thing about this one, like this box case, I don't know why, but it has 16 numbers on the back. Its art might be hard to see. However, the only one that's circled is number 3. And I'm not sure for Shadow of the Colossus, the Collector's Editions, or the Steelbook cases, a different number is circled. But I found it really interesting that 3 was circled, because 3 happens to be my favorite number. I did not plan this at all, so I just think that's very interesting as for why my Steelbook copy of Shadow of the Colossus would have the number 3 circled. So there's that. On to the second pile. I have The Order 1886. Disappointing game. Could have been better. A shame we won't get a sequel because it left out on a somewhat clear cliffhanger. It just has mirroring back and forth. And I did get this with the kind of not expensive collector's edition, but like the mid-tier collector's edition that came with a little figure. So there's that. Next, I have Injustice 2. I also got this with the collector's edition. It has Batman in a kind of semi-kryptonite suit on the front, and Superman on the back. I don't think there's anything special inside except just a bunch of DLC content in it, but yeah. Next, we have Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom. Also got this with the collector's edition. Fun game. Not as good as the first Ni no Kuni game, but I still enjoyed it nevertheless. And glad to play it, and had a fun time playing it. This one's a bit weird. But Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain. I do not like this game. However, I made a rule a long time ago when I traded in a lot of my PlayStation 2 games to get one specific game that turned out to not be worth it, that if you ever bought a game, you would keep it. It's been a very long time since I've actually traded in a PlayStation game. It's been a very long time. So typically, even if it's gifted to me, I typically hang on to it just to build up my collection. But yeah, do not like this game. But I did get the not the main collection edition, but like the mid-tier one that came with like a miniature biotic arm. I would have liked to have gotten the full-scale arm, but yeah, picture of Big Boss and Master Miller, and then you have Ocelot and Venom Snake on the back. Next, I have the Ultimate Collector's Edition for Final Fantasy 15. Up until recently, this came with the single most expensive collector's edition I'd ever paid for. It was well over $350, and you could only get it directly from the Square Enix store. And they announced it when they kind of revealed the release date for Final Fantasy 15. So, like, those sold out incredibly quickly, and it was just crazy expensive. So, there is that. And there's actually a second part that I think is around here somewhere. But that one actually, oh, yeah, it's right there. I'll get to it a little bit later. So, there's that. Next, Death Stranding. Not the greatest game, but not awful. Interesting concept. Takes a long time to get picked up, but I did get this collector's edition. I actually got this at GameStop, and I actually got the really big collector's edition. And I believe at the GameStop that I went to, I was only one of 2 people who actually paid to get that one. So when we were all standing in line, as I'm like walking past it, I'm carrying like this. It was probably one of the biggest collector's edition boxes, and I think I still have it. This thing was huge, and like people were just commenting on it as I was walking by. So yeah, there's that. Next, Days Gone, also collector's edition. Great game, especially playing it on PlayStation 5. This is a great game. It absolutely deserves a sequel. It's a shame it didn't perform better financially, but this was a great game. I had a lot of blast with this. I enjoyed getting the collection edition. That also came with a figure that I still have. Next, Uncharted 4. Great conclusion to the Uncharted series. I also got the collection editions for this. Great game. Second favorite Uncharted game. 9.5 out of 10. Only slightly outside of the 10 out of 10 club. And it has some great artwork on the back. Next, Ghost of Tsushima. The last great PlayStation 4 game that came out. I also got this with the collector's edition. In fact, the collector's edition also came with this mask. Semi-wearable. That I keep next to my desk. I don't know. I'm thinking of maybe doing something like this because I think this is really cool. Totally worth it. I platinumed Ghost of Tsushima. I think it's one of the more recent platinums I did. Yeah, great, fantastic game. Cool. I mean, it's not the greatest Steelbook. It just has some weird designs, but I mean, it could have been a little bit more creative with the box, but it's cool. Next, this is the second part of the Final Fantasy 15 Ultimate Collection Edition. Now, the funny thing about this one is that this one houses the game, this one houses the movie, and all the bonus extras. So they gave them both in Steelbooks. It has on both sides all 4 of the primary protagonists for the game. So these came as a pair. So there's those 2. Next, we have Arkham Knight, also from the collector's edition. Great game. Solid conclusion to the Arkham Asylum series. Some people didn't think so, but I had a great time. I thought the conclusion was fine. So yeah. Next, I believe this is the tallest of all my Steelbooks, and this is for Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. Also got this was a collector's edition that came with the electric light bulb with Raiden's sword inside. Very, very cool and awesome. Love this game. So a great addition to my collection. We're getting a little bit low. This one I totally forgot. This game I totally forgot. I had this on Steelbook for its collector's edition. And that is for Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2. Very short, very disappointing game. Probably one of the most disappointing games I've ever played as a follow-up to what was a really great Star Wars game in The Force Unleashed 1. But this game was way too short. I paid, I believe, $80 to get to the collection edition, and it not only came with a Steelbook, but it came with a little, I believe it's a 2 or 4 gig USB of Starkiller, which I think I keep in my laptop bag. Cool looking. It's got Starkiller on the front and Darth Vader on the back, but still, very disappointing game. They should have known better. Next, we have Mass Effect 3. Also, from the collector's edition, you have Male Shepard on the front, Femme Shepard on the back, and pretty much the matching poses. It would have been cool if they'd been in different poses, but heck, you can't always get what you want. So, there's that. Next is for... I don't know why the hell I got the collector's edition for this game. I mean, it wasn't bad, but still, it's a bit weird. But I got the collector's edition for Alien vs. Predator on the PlayStation 3. Front has a Xenomorph. Back has a Predator Warrior. I still do not know what I was thinking getting this in Steelbook. I mean, it wasn't a bad game, but just looking back on it, it's just kind of weird. Next is the Steelbook for No Man's Sky. Boy, rough launch. Took many years before this game got interesting, but by that point I lost interest. So I still keep my copy, but I have no interest in going back and playing it. But woo, not very good at launch. I don't know what they were thinking. They were way too ambitious with what they were projecting, and it damn sure did not live up to the hype that they were building for this game. Next, another Steelbook that I got only when I pre-ordered this from GameStop. And some of you have probably forgotten about this game, but this is going to have to go to Beyond Two Souls, which is kind of part of the, the Quantic Dreams trilogy between Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, and Detroit Become Human. It's part of that whole trilogy. And this one, just, it's all right. A little bit controversial thinking about this game now, but I thought it was okay. My only issue with Beyond Two Souls is I just didn't like the style in which they were telling the story. They were telling it out of sync, and that made it a little bit confusing, and it removed a lot of the suspense. We got only 2 more left. Next, we have Uncharted 3, also from the collector's edition. Great game. Not my favorite entry in Uncharted. I would say the most flawed in the primary 4. But still a phenomenal game. Worth adding to anyone's collection who's a PlayStation fan like I am. Well, you're never going to believe this, but my battery for my camera died literally as I was on the last game. So that's why the slight change in camera angles and lighting. So on to the last game. As I was saying, it just so happens to be God of War Ascension, which I also got the collector's edition for, which came with this really cool badass Kratos figure as he was like in a really cool pose standing on a rock. A lot of people have mixed feelings about Ascension, but I think Ascension is a solid entry. I just don't think it's as great as prior entries before. I certainly wouldn't take it over something like God of War 2 or heck even God of War 3, of course. But I still think it's a solid entry. I just don't think it did too much for the character of Kratos in terms of his overall development. But I still thought it was a solid entry in the franchise. And with that is all of my Steelbook collections. Out of just curiosity, I would like to know, number-wise, how many Steelbooks have you owned in your collection? And out of all the Steelbooks that you saw, which one did you like looking at the most visually? Let me know in the comments down below. And like always, thank you guys for watching. You're awesome, and I'll see you all next time.